season, usually we have to take a day or two off to go down and work, and like to be in the woods turkey hunting, but you know, there's things that's got to be done, like spraying. You got to get the field sprayed and get them ready to drill the beans in. So, you know, it ain't all fun and games all the time. We enjoy doing the work, but depending on what the weather is, this past year we went down and sprayed in April and to kind of burn down the field and hopefully get the rain to come in end of April so we can get the field drilled for the beans. But I wound up spraying this year, and then it did rain for several weeks, and by the time we got the beans drilled in, I had to spray again right afterwards. The guys were in here thinning this timber back in the winter, and they got finished up. They done wonders for the deer, but headaches for us. A lot to get cleaned up, a lot of the roads and stuff, they make a mess, which there's no way around it, but it's pretty interesting watching those guys work, and they really get it done. I don't know if I'd want a job running that skidder, but it'd be funny to see me and James and Jerry on that equipment. I don't know that we could ever get anything done. We wound up having to fence this one bean field this year, and just to kind of see what would happen. It got beat down pretty good last year. It's about a 6-7 acre field, and you'd be surprised how fast they can wipe out a field even that big. If you don't put a fence up. Planting time's a busy time. There's a lot of things that have to happen. We don't own our own grain drill, so somebody's got to go get the drill, bring it over. You got beans to load and inoculate, and somebody's on the tractor, and then somebody has to ride the tractor on the back of the drill to make sure it's dropping. I mean, it's a busy time, and then as soon as you get the beans in the ground, you're praying for rain, so you're wanting the rain to hold off while you're planting, and then you want rain, so it's a double-edged sword. This year we got lucky. The sun was shining bright when we started drilling, and by the time we got done it was clouding up, and man, the rain was fixing to head in. Along with planting food plots and maintaining food plots, there's other stuff around that we try to do.
We come over here, we're redoing our salt licks, and we just come over here to do this salt lick, and we thought we'd check these trees. We try to keep a close check on them this time of year. They're starting to put the acorns on for this coming hunting season. These are the acorns on these limbs here of what this will be this year's crop of acorns. Deer love sawtooth oaks. Early season, we see a lot of deer in these acorns. They're hard to hunt, but it ain't a matter of hunting. They're good for the deer, like the salt licks, and this clover here is all good for the deer, but you know, it helps us too. So that's what we're doing today, is just checking out everything.
got the beans in the ground, it was every few days having to come down and check and make sure the charger was working, the fence was up, and you'd be surprised just about every time I came down here, and like I said, it was about every 3 or 4 days, I would find something. Either a fence would be pushed down, or one time I came down and the charger wasn't working, had to go take the charger and replace it. Just a lot to keep the eye on, but it don't take but just a little while for the deer to wipe out a field if you don't have that fence up. The beans have been in the ground for about, Friday will be 3 weeks. Came down here last Saturday and sprayed. Had a lot of Johnson grass out in the field. Sprayed the beans real good, mowed the clover fields, sprayed the clover fields, and everything seems to be dying off real good. It was cloudy, and then the sun came out after we sprayed, so it smoked about everything out here. As far as the fence goes, I just walked the fence, and looks like we might have had one violator. But pretty much the beans are on fire right now. They're doing good. We need some rain. It hadn't rained in about a week. We need a good rain right now. But, as you can see, these beans are really starting to go, and the next few weeks they should be closing canopy, and we'll have to make a decision as to when to take this fence down. Into June, and things are going to start happening quick here, and you think you got time. A lot of guys hadn't even stepped in the woods yet for the first time this year, but starting back in January and February, we were down here scouting and trying to evaluate stand placement from what we'd seen last year. We were down here a couple of weeks ago moving stands and relocating stands to what we had seen last year, and that's what you're up against bow hunting. You go in a new area of the property and you hang a stand, and a lot of times what we like to do is hang a stand kind of maybe back off of the action a little bit to kind of just see what's going on. More of an observation stand, and from that, you know, it may take a while, but rather than just going in and busting in and altering the deer movement by you going in and too close, you know, sometimes it's a good idea to stay back and look at it from afar and then move in later. Just got through raising this fence up all the way around this bean field here to let the deer in. I hate to have to fence this field, but it got so much pressure on it last year that it just wasn't big enough to sustain the pressure. So what we done is we fenced it and put the beans in it. It's been about 8 or 9 weeks since the beans have been planted. These deer need these beans, and that's what they're here for. The primary objective for these beans are for nutrition, so I want them eating on this field as soon as possible. Burning up. See you next time.
Next time on Big Six Outdoors, things begin to heat up.